Hello, and welcome to another British information film advising you on the dangers of goths in hot weather.
As many of you who may have a goth in the household may know, goths are often known to employ the colour black in their clothing selection, which, as we know, can cause some overheating issues during the summer months.
Yes, especially during the summer months, they can become particularly hot. Things like leather jackets, denim, and many layers of very elegant black lace. Each of these can gather heat close to the body, and drinking cider will not be enough to keep them properly hydrated during the summer months.
Indeed. So, I believe we have a couple of hints and tips on how to keep them safe.
Indeed. Always make sure that you furnish your goth with a parasol, so that they might keep the sun off of their bodies.
Here's a handy tip for those at home. If you make blackcurrant ice lollies dark enough in colour, they will appear to the naked eye to be black, and then they can be taken outside as a fashion statement, but also be used to cool them down due to the ice in the ice lolly.
A small amount of charcoal added to water will not only purify it, but also make it perfect for the goth to drink. They will be able to stay properly hydrated, and also be able to stick with their favourite colour.
However, please ensure that your goth is not on any medication, as charcoal can have an effect on prescribed medications.
Indeed, and also remember, goths die in hot cars. Always leave the window slightly cracked, or better yet, try to take them with you. Make sure that they wear plenty of sunscreen, for their very pasty skin is not usually used to this sort of thing.
Wonderful. This has been how to look after your goth in the summer. Until next time, keep your goth safe and comfortable.
So, my evil friend, tell me, are you ready for the summer, the approaching summer?
Oh, I am so ready for the summer. I've been preparing my summer body for months. Have you been preparing for your summer body?
Yes, I too have been getting my summer body ready for months. I have selected many different possible options to make sure that I can have the best summer body ready to take over the beach.
Right. Tell me about your summer body plans, because I've got a couple of my own to get to in a moment.
Well, I have started by growing it in a lab. It will be the perfect summer body made from perfect genes that I have perfectly harvested from the most perfect bodies all across the world.
See, I have a different plan. I've been taking spare parts from, well, let's say, other body-related projects and assembling one as a composite, taking the best bits of this and the best bits of that and just trying to assemble the perfect beach body.
Well, I have been using sorcery, a form of necromancy like you've never seen before. I've used it to summon the perfect beach body from the nether realm.
I've just been going to the gym.
What?
Yeah, I've been lifting the free weights a bit, doing some cardio.
Get out!
I'm sorry. I just like exercise.
Nobody likes exercise. That's why we're building the perfect body.
Oh, how are you doing today? How are you doing today?
Not too bad, are you?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Have I told you yet about this thing I've been doing on my rounds recently?
No, what you doing?
So I found a way to get free parcels without having to steal them.
Free parcels?
Free parcels,
Without
yeah.
having a stain?
Yeah,
What,
getting
gifts or...
Oh, you know, when you see like an Amazon box and you're like, oh, this probably got something nice in it, and you're looking for a way to get it for free, but to not steal it from the person, and the person, will have to concede that you are the owner of that item now.
Are you somehow cloning them or hypnotising the owner?
No. It's far more simple than that. More simple.
Right.
So what you do is you knock on the door, be like, I've got a parcel for you, and and you hand it to them.
Yeah.
And as you're handing them the parcel, you just start humming a tune. Just it could be anything, just a bit of music, just do 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 as you pass them the parcel, and you don't stop making that music.
Ah, right.
You see what I'm doing?
You're handing them a parcel while you're playing. You're having some music.
Oh, indeed. And then you sort of give them a nod of, you got to pass it back because the music's going. He's passed the parcel.
Them rules.
Yeah, them rules. You pass it back and forth and you just stop humming the music when it's on you. And there you go, free parcel. Partial parcel rules. You got to accept it. I
think that is English law. Accordingly, yeah.
I'm pretty sure. So next time you're on your round and you hand someone a parcel at their door, just start humming and get them to pass it back. Bob's your uncle, 3 M's and stuff.
Bob is my uncle, yeah.
We talked about this earlier. Bob is your uncle. Welcome to the English Broadcasting Company, and today on EBC4 we have a documentary about the podcast mines. Joining me today is one of the podcast miners. Would you like to tell us about yourself?
Hello there, I've been working here in these podcast mines for over 30 years.
And
my father worked in these podcast mines before him, and his father before that used to mine out vinyl.
Ooh, and tell us a little bit about your day to day. What's it like working in the podcast mines?
Well, one's got to be very careful. Obviously, make sure you get a good podcast. You don't want one that's going to fall down. Now, recently, we've come down here, we've dug out a new tunnel, we found a whole seam of mackerelite.
Oh.
It's one of the most sought after forms of podcasting gems that there are available. They appear in fucking everything these days. You got a podcast for everything.
Oh, I found a little bit of that material in my back garden once. I ended up on an episode of Sawbones.
Well, that'll do it. Bit of McElroy, that'll do it. No problem.
And so, what would you say are the key components that you have to find in the ground for a podcast if you're not using McElroy?
You need a certain amount of silliness. Gotta make sure of that. A bit of silitanium. That's fairly common to find. Then, of course, you've got Informium. Plenty of Informium about. A lot of people using real play 5-erium. It's specially harvested from... we found some D&D. A lot of that going around from 5-erium.
Yes. So, one of the things I've always been interested in is... there's a lot of podcasting material under the ground, but a lot of it is apparently in the way that you refine it once you have that raw podcast.
Absolutely. Gotta make sure it's properly edited and tumbled until you get off all those sharp edges. Now you can take the most talented fuckwits in the world and polish them up nice, and never know what you'll get.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much for telling us about the podcast mines. Is there anything exciting on the horizon for us?
Spoilers. Don't do no spoilers down here.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. Thank you very much.
Lovely chat to you.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Fancy Trick Food Critic Review Show.
Yeah.
Well, we talk about only the fanciest of foods.
Very, very fanciest of foods.
Indeed, we talk about the most high class of foods, and we give them our expert food critic opinions.
Yes.
What have we got? What's the topic for today's food experiences?
Well, we're trying a variety of different shaped foods and seeing how that makes them improve in many ways. The texture, of course, the first bite is with the eye, so visual appeal, very, very important.
Indeed. As the not totally vegan, not entirely vegan one here, I'm going to start with some vegan some not vegan. That was the whole point of what I was saying before. Some dinosaur chicken nuggets.
Yes.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit. Talk me through this dinosaur chicken nuggets.
Yeah, well, as you can see, the breadcrumb coating is made of only the most mediocre of breadcrumbs. It really gives a sort of moreish, addictive quality to it.
Crunch there.
Indeed, and you've got the sort of highly overprocessed the food stuff in the middle that was labelled as chicken. I'm sure there's probably never been anything closely resembling a chicken in it.
A lot of
its
connective
life.
tissue in there, no doubt. A lot of connective tissue.
Indeed. I'm sure if there were less judgment about the thing, it could be any animal in there, honestly.
Indeed.
But I must say, the dinosaur shape really does just elevate the flavour profile, because as I'm eating it, I imagine that I am an even bigger dinosaur. Huge, and I feel like big scary dinosaur, and that's quite fun, and that makes me enjoy my meal more, and and that elevates the flavour profile.
Indeed. And I like the way you can sort of hide them behind some green beans or some peas. It looks like they're hiding in undergrowth. You can swoop in and stalk your prey.
Oh, indeed. Or you can hide them behind the mashed potatoes and make it look like they're hiding behind a mountain before you hunt them down with your knife and fork. Aha, I caught them.
Well, if you have another one you can do is put a little dip in the top of your mashed potato mountain. You can have the gravy just erupting out of it like lava, and the dinosaurs are caught in there.
Oh yes. See, here's the thing. This is what I really like about the dinosaur chicken nuggets as a foodstuff. Is that really you can? It's entirely up to you. You have the base food stuff, but the list of ways you can customize this meal into your own sort of playful experience is integral to the enjoyment of the dish.
Exactly. Construct a whole diorama. We'll cook an entire bag of the dinosaurs. We'll have some green beans to make some sort of foliage. Obviously, we've got the mashed potato mountain there that we borrowed from Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and then we have another. I'm even suggesting we add these beans to suggest some kind of tar pit.
Oh yes. Now, after the break, we'll be back with another food stuff. We'll be talking about UFO-shaped French fry. I was going to go with UFO-shaped French fried circle things, potato circles. Until next time, this has been the Fancy Eatery channel, whatever we call it. Oh yes. Doodaloo. Welcome today on the Parenting Channel. I have another parent with me. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name's Sharon. I'd like to speak to the manager. Sorry, thought about it. Yeah, I'm very concerned about the new memes that children are using to communicate with each other.
Indeed. Today we are doing an expose on all of those new memes, did you call them?
I believe they're memes or memes.
Memes,
Yeah.
memes. These things that the children are doing that we just don't quite understand.
Yeah.
That are, I believe, meant to be some kind of humour, but they're not humorous to us because we don't understand them.
No, exactly.
So-
We used to call them like fads when I was little, but now they call them memes.
Yeah. So, can you tell us anything about the memes that you've seen the teens getting up to these days?
Well, they've started doing like dramatic readings of captures text. Like they'll just start getting to like dramatic readings of that. There's YouTube videos full of them.
I think we have a YouTube clip that we can play the audio of now.
Identify the buses in each of these images, and then click I am not a robot.
Indeed. Harrowing stuff that we have here.
I don't really get what's going on, but I'm very afraid of it.
Oh, indeed. There's another meme that we've been getting reports of. Children, normally this would be a good thing. Doing their homework would normally be good. However, they're doing so on their heads for some reason. Can't work it out why. Must be more difficult to write with their pens. They're still getting good grades. They're still studying. Just
Very concerning, though. Very concerning. They're doing things we don't understand, and I don't like things I don't understand.
Indeed.
That's why I vote Tory.
well, yeah, I totally understand. A leading theory on why they're doing this on the headstands is possibly a belief that that it makes the blood go to their head. Maybe that's why they believe it is.
Keeps on the knowledge, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly. Perhaps this is it. Perhaps some other reason we can never understand.
Yeah.
Oh, we got one last meme, and this is perhaps the most confusing. So for our generation when we grew up, dad jokes a thing to be groaned at.
Absolutely.
Indeed, you're not a thing to be taken seriously. You sort of begrudgingly sort of see the humour in
Yeah.
them.
Exactly. These days they've got a fucking jingle.
And indeed, they've got a jingle. They're they're unironically laughing at dad jokes. This is not ha ha ha. I guess I should laugh. This is an unironic enjoyment of dad jokes.
Genuine belly laughs. I don't really get it all.
Oh no, it's concerning because it suggests that there is not as much of a divide between them and us as we thought, and at that point we have to accept that maybe we and the teenagers are not so different, and that's a terrifying thought.
No, they're very different.
They're very different.
I don't know, fads no more. They just got these memes.
Yeah, memes.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you or anyone you know has been experiencing teens engaging in memes, please report them to us at the number below, and we will continue to investigate this phenomenon. And hopefully together we can stop the menace that is teenagers doing things we don't understand.
Now watch me whip. Now watch me meme.
Oh no, you're
Now watch
memeing.
me whip.
Oh no,
Whip.
oh
Watch
no,
me meme.
oh no, oh no, you're trying to be me.